to jump straight into our work for today. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a quick recap of integers. And I know you guys know how to solve integers. This is just a mixed operation kind of exercise. I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes to make it to about number 6. But if you can't go any further than number 6, it's okay. We'll get to the others because some of these are kind of tricky. So 5 minutes, guys, go for it. I want to see what you guys can do. When you're done, you can just, put your answers in the chat. Yes.
Let's go, guys. Let's show Teacher Coco what we can do, okay? Look at my people are busy working. Yes.
I love it. See, she has so much faith in you. I hope you guys are going to prove her right. Hey, I know you will. I know you will.
They will, definitely. They never disappoint. Let's go, guys. Just remember, if you do have any questions about these ones, you are more than welcome to ask us on the chat or direct message me, or you can raise your hand while others are busy. Okay, so you are welcome to ask as much as you can. I love seeing everyone's faces just focusing. Oh, it's amazing. Let's do this, guys.
Like Doctor Strange level concentration going on.
You know, it works. Yeah. It works though. And I love it, guys, that everyone is putting their answers on their papers like this. When Teacher Coco tells us the answer, we can mark ourselves and correct, you know? Like, I like this vibe. I like it.
Correct. Love it.
Yeah. We can do this, guys. I'm still rooting for all of you. Let's go.
2 minutes left. One minute left. Remember, no pressure if you don't finish, okay? Just make sure you're getting it right. That's what we want.
Throwing some hints on your way.
Thank you, Linda.
I'm being nice to my people.
I can tell. Helping them cheat is more like,
Let's do this, guys. How many minutes do we have left?
Oh my goodness, Tando just like bang, gave us all the answers once. Just like, wow, all the way 1 to 6, amazing stuff.
Well done, Tando.
All right, guys, and that's time. Well done. I know a lot more of you guys have finished. You just haven't had chance to put them in the chat, but we're going to go through them together. Okay, so guys, remember that we have two operations happening here, and this first one over here, this is addition and subtraction. Okay, so we're adding or we're subtracting here, and then in the second one over here, we're actually multiplying. So two different things are going to be happening in this particular operation here. Now, when I answer questions like this, I think of a mental timeline. So normally what I'll do is I will put my pen in my mind at -9, and then I will move, either if it's positive, I know I'm going to move to the right, and if it's negative, I know I'm going to move to the left. So I know that I'm going to move 13 to the right in this case. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And if I get all the way to, oh, that's not 13. I am lying to you guys. That's not 13. That's -9 plus 13. And that should put us at 4, I believe. 3, 2, 0. Okay, if this is 0 over here, this is positive 4. So the answer over here is going to be positive 4. And I'm seeing so many of you guys in the chat with that answer. Well done. Amazing stuff. Okay, so I usually work mental calculator. I'm fast now. I wasn't in grade 8, believe me, but now I'm really fast with the mental calculator. Okay, all right. Number 2 is also quite easy. Remember, when we're multiplying, we need to look at the signs first. Same with division. We look at the signs, and then we look at the numbers. Okay. We always consider one after the other. So I've got a negative, and a negative is going to give me a positive, and then 7 times 5 is going to give me 35. Okay, there we go. This one over here, remember, we're still adding and subtracting, but we're actually multiplying the signs. So I'm going to get negative times a negative will give me a positive. 18 plus 6 is equal to 24, if my maths is correct. And Boitumelo, you've given me the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the chat, but you haven't given me any answers. So please just check quickly what's going on over there. Okay, all right. Next one, again, we're going to be adding and subtracting with number 4. So I'm going to get a negative and a negative. That's going to give me a positive. So now I've actually got -3 plus 7. And if I do a quick mental calculator, -3, I'm going to end up at 4 again, at positive 4 again. All right, this one again, number 5, this is just -9 minus 18. So we're moving to the left. So we're going further negative. -9 minus 18, quick mental maths, move that way. That's going to give us -27. Okay. And I see Amahle is there with me as we go. And the same with this one where we're dividing over here, where we're dividing. I'm going to divide the signs first. So negative times negative is going to give me a positive. And a 30 divided by 3 is going to give me 10. All right. I hope everyone is with me so far. Can I get an emoji, either a thumbs up or a thumbs down in the chat if you guys are with me or not? Let me know. Or rather than that, can you guys give me a mark out of 6? Tell me, how much did you get out of 6? Hopefully it's 6 out of 6. I know many of you got 6 out of 6. But let me know how much you got out of 6. I knew Taylor got 6 out of 6 because it's the first one to just be thumbs up, 6 out of 6. Well done, guys. See, I had no doubts, Yolanda, at all. I did not doubt. Tando and Amanda got 5 out of 6. I hope you guys see where we kind of sort of missed the mark a little. I hope so.
Yeah, and they did really well. 5 out of 6 is very good, guys.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. All right. So I just needed to test this because Teacher Peter said I needed to test this, but I feel like we could have just skipped this part. What do you think, Yolanda? I mean, you guys are so great at integers.
My people got it.
I know you guys have been doing this so well. I'm gonna skip right over unless you guys want to do number 7, 8, and 9, because these look a little bit tricky to me, but I know you guys know how to do these. Okay, I'm gonna go through them really quickly, and we're gonna see what the answers are over here. Okay, remember guys, if there is no sign in front of a number, that number automatically becomes positive. So this over here is actually +8. And what we're doing over here is we're multiplying So if somebody can pop the answer in the chat for me, I want to see if somebody knows what positive 8 multiplied by negative 7 is.
Come on,
Anybody
my
who's
people.
ready with the answer? Oh, Reabethu, thank you very much. Negative 56. And whoever can get me the next one quickly, I know you guys know the answer to the next one as well. Remember over here, we're adding and subtracting, but first we need to multiply the signs. Positive times a negative will give me a negative. So I've got negative 18 minus 13 is indeed going to give me negative 31, I believe. Thank you. And what about the last one? This is a multiply, if you guys are wondering. It's not an X, it's a multiply. Theo says it's 45, and he's 100% correct, because I'm going to have my signs, negative and a negative are going to give me a positive, and 9 times 5 will give me.
Well
40.
done, my people.
Amazing stuff. Absolutely. Just greatness. You guys are on fire. Amazing stuff. All right, guys. So now we're going to move on to what we're actually going to be doing today. And we're going to be looking at squares and cubes. And for this, you're going to need Mr. Calculator. So make sure Mr. Calculator is somewhere nearby. Okay. Because some of these sums are going to get really, really big and complicated. So you need to make sure that you've got a calculator next to you. If you don't, how dare you come to a math class without a calculator? How could you? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's
teaching teacher Coco that we are prepared. We are always
as long as
prepared.
you guys are going to follow with me, as long as you guys are going to follow with me, I'm going to be happy. But I do want some of you guys to put your answers in the chat. And if you have a calculator, get ready to exercise those fingers. We're going all in with the calculator today. All right. So how can we actually describe squares and cubes? Who can kind of tell me what the idea of squares and cubes actually is? Sivanati is already cheating, giving us the answer for B over there. But Tando would like to give us the answer. Where do you think the idea of squares and cubes comes from? Hi, Tando.
Hello, ma'am. I think the reason why we have square roots and cube roots, it's because it's to make the sum shorter by writing 2 to the power of 3 or 2 to the power of 2. Something like that.
You know what? I'm going to give you an imaginary, like a virtual high five. I know we're not next to each other, but see,
well
like
done.
Excellent stuff. Well done. That's exactly it. That is exactly what it is. Okay, so now if we go back to grade 2 maths, right? And we think about 2 plus 2 plus 2. This gives us 6, right? I hope everyone's in agreement. If we're not, you might need to go back to grade 1 maths. Okay, but this is the easy stuff, right? But now remember, when we got to things like 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, as soon as we have too many of them, we end up not being able to continue the sum forever and ever and ever. And what did we actually figure out we can write this as? Rather than using addition, what did we actually use? Who remembers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Instead of writing all of this, can you tell me, what did we use instead of plus?
Multiplying.
Exactly, we used multiplication,
well
right? Well done, amazing. So what we did was we just counted up how many 2's we had, and I was like, okay, I have 6 2's, and that gives me 6 times 2, and that's how we get to 12. Now, the same thing happens when we look at square and cube numbers. Now, I've got 2 times 2, that's easy enough. 2 times 2 is just going to give us 4. But imagine if I had to go 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That's going to take us forever to get where we're going. Okay, so what we do now is we use exponents like squares and cubes. It makes it so much easier to write one number instead of having to write times again and again and again. By the way, this should be, if my maths is correct, this should be 32. But instead of that, I'm going to count up how many 2's I have. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And I'm going to go, I've got 2, and I've got 5 of them being multiplied by each other. And that then gives us 32. Okay, and that's the idea behind exponents. Now, we're only going to be dealing in squares and cubes, but as we go along, we're going to be looking at things like 2 to the power 10. and 2 to the power 12. I think you guys already did exponents with teacher Peter, and that's the idea behind exponents. Okay, so we're going to do some quick, it's not mental maths, it's just some quick exponent work, and I want you guys to see if you can figure out the answers to these as quick as you possibly can. Okay, I know that we've already been given the answer for B. Well done, Stephen Nati. Yes, I see you cheated there a little bit, but thank you very much for the answer to B. I'm going to write it in, but if you guys can start, just answer A to F for me. And we're going to stop there because the rest of them are pretty self-explanatory. And then we're going to move to the last column. So we're going to do this column here, A to F, and then we're going to do this last column over here. And you don't have to do all of them because I know you guys are going to be able to do this so easily on a calculator anyway. Okay.
Let's go, my people. Bushokwa, I see you there, girl. I see you. I see you. Let's give answers.
Just as fast, amazing. Okay, so Sivanati said this is 6 times 6 times 6, which is going to give us 216. Very well done. 10 cubed is quite easy. Very easy.
Oh, my people. You guys are nailing it.
Like lightning fast. We're like moving at like lightning fast speeds. Okay. Awesome. Remember, some of these get really tricky, which is why I wanted you to have your calculator. Because if you guys think about it, 17 squared, even though we should know it off by heart, if we don't, it's going to be easier for us to punch it into the calculator. But, okay. We're going to be looking at how we can actually put all of these in our brains because we really do need them on hand every single time we do maths. Okay, this is going to be 512. And I'm not putting in any answer that you guys aren't already giving me in the chat. I'm just looking in the chat. I'm cheating. I'm actually looking in the chat for all my answers. So thank you very much, guys. 17.
Guys, teacher Coco trusts us, okay? She trusts us, guys.
I do, guys. Don't let me down. 17 times 17, that's going to be 289. And then I'm going to jump all the way over to this, to 3 cubed over here. Okay. And I'm not going to put the answer in until somebody gives it to me in the chat.
It's a good thing. Bushokwa. Put an answer, go.
Oh, Leander, there you go. Leander gave me the answer. 3 times 3. Remember, guys, you need to tell me the operation. You need to show me the operation as we're going. So we understand what that number at the top stands for. Awesome stuff. 15 cubed. Now, even I don't know this one off by heart. So somebody's going to have to help me here. 15 times 15 times 15 is equal to... I'm about to cheat.
Faith is on the line.
75. Well done. 3,300.
Faith is on the line.
Hi, Faith. Hi, Faith. How are you? You can unmute, my darling.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, Faith.
May I please do 14 squared?
Oh, yes, of course. Tell me, what is 14 squared? Yes, go for it. How would I write this in expanded form?
It will be 14 times.
14 times 14, and how much is that?
Excuse me, ma'am.
14 times 14 is?
It will be 14.
Ooh, your line is
196.
196. There we go. I heard you. There we go.
Well done, girl. Well done.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Faith. If anybody else wants to give me any more answers, please feel free to put up your hand. I would love to hear your lovely voices. I'm here. I'm seeing Kendrick. I hope I'm saying your name right. Please help me pronounce your name right. How do I pronounce your name?
You pronounced it right. It's Kendrick.
Oh, wonderful. Hi, Kendrick. Can you give us the next one, 19 cubed?
It's 19 times 19 times 19.
Amazing, yeah.
Which will give us 6,859.
6,859. Well done. See, this is why I said, guys, we're going to need calculators today. Okay. Yo, here's a tough one. Yelena, I don't know this one either. Like, woo, 48 squared.
Faith has it. Faith has an answer for us.
Oh, wow. Faith, go for it.
Ma'am, okay, it's 48 times 48 is equals to, it's 2,304. I'm not sure about the answer, ma'am.
Okay.
Can you put in your calculator?
You can tell the person in the background to hand you the calculator so that you can quickly do it. Who's got an answer for me? I'm seeing it. 2,300 and
2,304.
Yeah, 2,304. Well done. Can you
Well
select
done,
the next one?
Can you see, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. I just wanted to say the answer for the last one.
Yes, give me the answer. Go for it.
Ma'am, 37 squared equals to 1,000.
Is equal to
1,369.
1,369.
Well
Amazing.
done. Can you
Okay.
see,
Awesome stuff. All right, guys. So this is basically what squares and cubes look like. And this is pretty easy. Hey, guys, we have to admit this is pretty easy, right? Now, I want to ask you guys a question because I can see that you guys are pretty cool with these, right? Now, if I had to tell you of 3 to the power of 10, I hope you guys know where you can find this on your calculator, 3 to the power of 10. Okay, now I already know that 3 to the power of 10 is going to be 3 multiplied by itself 10 times. Who can give me a quick answer? I hope you guys aren't typing into your calculator 3 times 3 times 3, 10 times, because that will make me very sad. We do not do that at all. Okay. Can you see, let's raise your hand. Future's already giving us the answer, and Taylor and Spongo. Spongo, thank you so much. Can you see it? Can you give me the answer?
59,049.
59,049. Amazing.
Well done, girl.
Okay, but we're not doing this by actually clicking on our calculator again and again, just going 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. I hope you guys are not doing this. It's easy enough when we're looking at things like 4 squared, because that's just 4 times 4 or 4 cubed. What you are going to need to do, and I've got my trusty little calculator over here. I hope you guys can see this. I've got a Casio. It's not a very fancy one. It's like the cheap kind. I hope you guys have like the new fancy types. And what we're going to be looking for is a little button with an X on it. And I'm going to show you what the X looks like. An X like that. And it needs to have like a little square on it. There's a button like this on the scientific calculator. And this is the button that we actually use when we're looking for, when we're looking to multiply exponents with really high numbers, like 3 to the power of 10. Rather than having to click times all the time, this is the button that we're looking for. Please give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. How are we feeling about this? Give me an emoji in the chat. Let me know how you guys are doing. Taylor says, yes, A-okay. Kendra also gives me yes, A-okay. Spongoguche as well. Sivenati. Okay, fortunate with a little smile. And Atlahan says, feeling awesome. Amazing stuff. Oh, Farid, you knew this in grade 5. I wish I was your friend when I was in grade 5, because I did not know much in grade 5. Well done.
Yeah, me neither.
Well done. All right. So now we're going to look at a bit of a tricky exercise before we get to the actual roots that we're going to be talking about. And we're going to be doing it a lot more on Wednesday. But we're going to be looking at questions like these. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this funky little button that we need to use here is because we're going to have to learn how to use this button. Okay. Can you see it? I'm glad that you're finding it easy. Amazing stuff. Now, what I want you guys to do on your calculator for me is we're going to type into our calculator just like this, -1. And if you can find the squared button, just that button with a squared, it's another one, it looks like this, it's called x squared. So first you're going to type in minus, then 1, and then you're going to click on the squared button, and I would like someone to give me an answer in the chat and tell me what it says. Can you see it says it's -1. Amazing. You guys are 100% correct. -1 squared is 1, -1, it's -1, okay. Now what I want you guys to do is I want you to go to your calculator and I want you to first open brackets and then click -1, close the brackets, and then click this funky little button here on the calculator. Then tell me what happens to the answer. Talon says 1. What happened to the negative? Oh, guys, where did the negative go? This is tricky, huh?
Got eaten away.
The negative went away. And this is very important for us to remember, guys. I'm going to teach you something, and we need to remember, okay, we need to remember why this comes about. Okay, now we all know what 1 times 1 is, right? 1 times 1 is just going to give us 1, right? But now if there's a negative in front of that, this is basically telling me, and I'm going to write it above here, -1 times 1. This is basically telling me that I first need to multiply 1 by 1, and that's going to give me 1. But this 1 then becomes positive. Prini, I'm going to answer your question in just a second. Okay, this gives me positive. Now, guys, tell me, what's a positive times a negative? If I multiply these two things, I'm going to get a -1. Exactly, Talon, it's negative. Spongo Guche, can I help? Spongo Guche, you can unmute. Oh, there was Spongo Guche's hand down. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to get a negative and a positive, and that gives me negative. That's because what your calculator does is it first, oh, look, I'm erasing instead of writing. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so what your calculator does, it first multiplies that. It goes 1 squared is equal to 1, and that answer multiplied by negative. And that's how we get -1. But who can tell me what happened here? What did I actually have over here? Who can give a guess? Think about what's happened over here with that brackets in mind.
Let's go, guys.
Ooh, Iminati's got an idea. I think Iminati's got an idea here.
Ma'am, I think you said that you see the squared. You multiply the squared with the -1.
Okay, so what does it look like? If I had to expand it, what would that look like?
It was like,
remember when we did 2 squared, we said that's 2 times 2, right?
yeah.
So what would the expanded notation of -1 look like?
-1 times 1.
Not times 1. What are we multiplying?
sorry.
Times?
Times 2.
Times -1.
Times -1.
Exactly. Okay, so that's the difference between the two. Are you seeing what's happened here? This is just +1 times +1, which gives me 1, times negative, and that gives us a negative. But over here, I've got a -1 times a -1. What's a negative times a negative, Iminati?
It's a positive one.
It's a positive. So that's why the second answer, I'm just going to take this away over here. That's why the second answer actually gives us a +1. Do you see how that works? So your calculator is listening to exactly what it is that you are doing. See it? Very well done for giving it a try.
Well done, Iminati. Thank you.
Very well. Okay, I just want to look at Prini's question quickly before I forget about it. It says, ma'am, I don't get the point of using a calculator because during the exam, calculators aren't allowed at my school. I know that. I 100% agree with you. They're not allowed. But the reason why they're not allowed is because they expect that you guys know all of your squared numbers and your cube numbers from 1 to 20. So you need to be able to know 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared, 5 squared, 6 squared, 7 squared, all the way to 20 squared. And you need to know all of those in your head. Same with the cubes, 1 cubed, 2 cubed, 3 cubed, 4 cubed, all the way to 20 cubed. So I think we've got a bit of homework on our hands. Don't you think, Yolanda? I think we might have some homework to do later on, either today or during the week, so that we can just get our handle on all of those squared numbers and understanding the squared numbers. You're not going to be able to use a calculator in class, but you need to know what 17 squared is. Like, I need to wake you up in the middle of the night and like shake you awake and be like, hey, what's 17 squared? And you need to be able to go, 196. You need to be able to know it in your sleep. Okay.
I believe and trust in my people. We can do this.
I believe they can do it too.
They can.
I believe that you guys can. All right. So remember, guys, the brackets are very, very important. I see, so we may have lost you a little bit. Yolanda, can I ask you to just speak to so see where we've lost him, and then we'll get back to it. All right, guys, thumbs up. Do we understand the difference between no brackets and brackets? Thumbs up or thumbs down? I just want to see if I have to explain it again. Okay. Do we see the difference? Okay, I'm seeing a thumbs up from Talon, from Iminati. Kendra's got his hand up. I'm going to address your question. Amanda's like, maybe not. Okay, all right. I'm going to explain it with another example quickly. All right, Kendra, can I get your question?
Kenray, are you okay?
I hope everything's okay. I think he meant thumbs up. All right, I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up in the chat. Okay, but we're going to do one more example and we're going to make it an easy one. But guys, remember the rule. Okay, remember what we said. We said if I've got something like 2 times 2. Oh, Tita says he just started today. Welcome. It's great to have you with us. Now, if I have 2 times 2, this is the same as 2 squared. And because both of these numbers are positive, a positive times a positive is going to give me a positive answer. It's going to give me positive 4. But now if I have negative 2, not a problem, Kendra. If I have negative 2 squared, what's going to happen is I'm going to have 2 times 2, all of this with a minus on the end, and that's going to give me 2 times 2 is going to give me 4 multiplied by that negative. That's going to give me negative 4. Okay, but if I have negative 2 all squared, who can tell me what's going to happen here? What do I actually have? What's being squared as well? Tando was just like, oh, hand raised. Yes, Tando, love it. Tando, can you explain what needs to happen here?
So basically, minus 2 is in the bracket. So
exactly.
It's basically 2. It's basically minus 2 times 2.
Oh, not times 2 times.
Minus 2, I meant to say.
Times minus 2. Exactly.
Sorry.
Because it's squared, we have 2 minuses, remember. So and a minus and a minus is going to give me a
positive.
Well
positive.
done.
And then I'm going to get 2 times 2, and that'll give me.
And that will give you 4, I meant. Sorry.
Well done. Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Amazing. All right, guys, are we seeing? I hope you guys are seeing the rule. Okay, those brackets are very, very important. Thank you so much, Tando, for reminding us. When the brackets are around the minus and the number, that means that the number is also being multiplied. Now, I want to give you guys one more example before we continue, because we are looking at squares and cubes. If I said minus 2 cubed, who can tell me what's happening here? Tando, I know you know the answer. I know you do. I don't doubt it. Who can tell me? Okay, I know, Tando, you know the answer. I'd like to give someone else a chance to give me the answer here. Amanda.
Yeah, Teacher Coco is just spreading the love. You know, she's spreading her love. That's why.
Amanda. Tell me what's going to happen here. What am I going to get?
So here you're gonna get -2 times -2 times -2.
Exactly. And what's that going to give me?
-2 times -2 will give you -8.
It will
Right?
give me -8. I'm just going to circle it quickly. I'm going to get a negative times a negative, and that's going to give me a positive. But that positive is going to be multiplied by negative, and that's going to give me a negative. And then I'm going to get 2 times 2 times 2, which is actually going to give me 8. Okay, well
done,
done.
Amanda.
Amazing
Well
stuff,
done.
Amanda. Very well done. Okay. All right, guys. Prini says, can we just ignore the sign and then do the sum and then add the sign at the end? Not quite, Prini, because the sign changes as you're doing the sum. So imagine, let's look at it this way. I'm going to erase some of this. Okay, the sign will always change depending on whether you have a square root or a cube root. Oh Lord, and I've completely forgotten about the brain break, guys. I'm so sorry. In just a second. Okay, so if I have -1, that's easy enough, right? But if I have -1 squared, this then becomes +1. And if I have -1 cubed, this then is now -1 again. And if I have -1 to the power of 4, that becomes +1 again. So all the even numbers are going to give me a positive number, positive integer, and all the odd numbers are going to give me a negative integer. But that's not something you guys need to worry about at the moment. Okay, it's just an example. All right, guys. Yes, brain break. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay, I completely forgot. Guys, when I get into the maths, it's just, sure.
It's maths
okay.
all the way.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I'm going to type something, okay? And I want to see which one of you guys, and I want you guys to practice first before you actually try and say it. But I need to see who can say this 5 times really fast without making a mistake. Okay, she sells seashells on the seashore. And you need to say it fast without making a mistake. Not once, at all. You need to be able to say it really fast without making a mistake. Okay. Okay, and now I want you guys to practice how to say it really fast. And only when you think you've got it, raise your hand for me and see if you can say it. Yolanda, can you try it?
Let's go, guys. Let's see. She sells seashells on the seashore.
Again and again, 5 times. You got to do it 5 times.
Oh, you got to do it 5 times. Okay, so she sells on the sea. I'm already like out, guys. Amanda wants to try it.
Okay, Amanda, do you want to give it a try? I think we're going to give Faith a try as well. Okay, let's go, Amanda. Let's hear it.
She sells seashells on the seashore. 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 She sells seashells on the seashore.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Amanda.
Well done. I think that was 3.
That was close. At least I only did
that was so close. That was 3. And I think I messed you up by laughing. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have laughed. I'm sorry. Faith, do you want to give it a try? Let's see if you can do it.
Faith, are you there? You can click that little button that comes in front of your
No. Farid says his tongue is twisting. That is the whole point. That is the whole point.
Well
and
done,
then Angelia
guys.
says, I must do my shoes shine, my shoes. I can't do it. My shoes should shine soon. Oh goodness, Andile, that's a terrible one. KM, can you raise your hand for me? There's someone called KM who says they've got it, and I want to hear it. Can you raise your hand for me and tell me what you got?
Let's go, KM. Show us what you got. Show us what you got. But well done, guys. To all of you who participated, well done. Okay, I don't think KM is coming anytime soon. So guys, we
Yeah.
can practice this at least for next Thursday.
Oh, there is. I'm hearing a voice. I'm
Oh.
hearing a voice. Yes, KM.
Sorry, my toolbox was blocking the hand. So
That's okay. That's okay. Go for it. Can we hear?
what did you say? Oh, she sells seashells on the seashore. 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 She sells seashells on the seashore.
Wow. That's amazing.
Oh my God.
Congratulations, KM. Wow.
Dude,
Yo.
well done.
Well done.
I've been trying to practice that the entire week, and I've never been able to. I have not been able to do it. Well done.
I haven't even heard anyone actually who got it except him. It's my first time hearing of someone
well done. Who can do that so fast. I haven't met anyone who can do that. Okay. Well done, guys. All right, guys, the last few minutes of what we're going to do today. Okay, we're going to remember that anything in brackets, the minus needs to be squared as well. All right, so we're going to look at the questions that we have on the screen at the moment. Number 1 to number 6. Please pop your answers in the chat for me when you've got a chance. I believe in you guys. I know you guys are going to get it. Let's go. Remember, you can use a calculator.
Let's do this, everybody. Let's do it.
Rebetsu, you're on the right track. Amazing. Amazing. Yes. 1. I think everybody knows the answer to the first one. The first one is just 1. All right, guys. And remember, I'm going off of your answers. So I hope your answers are correct.
Teacher Coco, trust us, guys. Trust us.
I do. I trust you guys. I trust you guys. So this is going to be -1, positive 1. I'm just hoping you guys can move faster than I move so that I can copy off of your answers. Equal to 34 squared, which is 1, 1. Oh, 1, 1. 6, there we go. And then over here, I'm going to get negative 14 times negative 14.
You guys are awesome. You did really well.
Sure, you guys blew me away today. There we go, 27, excuse me, which is equal to 729. And then again, I'm going to get negative 38 multiplied by negative 38. And that's going to give me a positive, what's 38 squared? 1,444. 4, 4, 4. All right, guys, can you tell me in the chat how much you got out of 6? I don't even doubt that everybody got 6 out of 6. Do you guys wanna tell me how much you got? Iminati is still on number 3, but I know that you could have worked them out. Look at that, Linda. It's just like
wow.
6 out of 6.
Well done, my people.
I did not doubt you guys.
Well done. We are showing Teacher Coco some flames, guys. We are showing her flames right now.
Loved it. Esam, I hope you know where you may have made a tiny little mistake if you're getting 5 out of 6. Remember,
well done. 5 out of 6 is still good. Well done. I'm so proud of all of you.
Yeah, guys, well done. All right. Okay, so we're going to talk about the very last thing for today, but we're not actually going to do the exercise for the sake of time. Oh no, Ria Betwi. How are we getting 1 out of 6? Oh, okay. So I'm gonna speak to you on you and me Wednesday. We're gonna have a talk.
Yeah, with much more practice, Ria Betwi, you'll be definitely gonna practice
a lot more. Okay.
More practice.
So, she says she's joking. I knew you were joking. I knew it. All right. So now that we've looked at cubes, right? Now that we've looked at moving forward, we are going to start looking at going backwards. So we're going to do the opposite operation. So what if I gave you 1,849 And you needed to tell me that 1,849 is actually 43 squared. So what we're going to do is we're going to move backwards. And that's what we're going to do when we look at roots. Okay. All right. We're not really going to get into it. You're not really going to get into it a lot because we don't have that much time today. But I do want you guys to go to your calculator again and look for a little button that looks like this. Okay. Like this. And if you have a Casio like mine, this is what your button is going to look like. Okay. And I want you to go to that and click on it. And then there's going to be like a little flashing little cursor. And I want you to type in the 25 and give me an answer. I know most of you already know what the answer is. Okay.
Yeah,
you can give me, I know everybody's giving me, you know what? I can see you guys are cheating. I'm going to move this down because everybody's
not clever.
At the exercise
instead of getting to the answer. Yeah.
The example that I've given here. Okay, the answer here is 5. And I know all of you guys who've done this in the chat, who've already given me the answer. Somebody can explain to me what's happened here. Who can explain to me what's happened? Lisa Kanya, stop cheating. I see you. Who can tell me what's happened? How did we get to that funky little sign there with a 25 underneath? How did the answer get to 5? Who can explain to me what's happened here? Kanyesile, tell us what's happened. I want you to be my calculator today. Tell me what's happened.
We basically said 5 times 5 is 5, or 5 cubed.
Okay, yeah. So basically, you're right. It is 5 times 5, which gave us 25, right? And the answer that we got out from the calculator is just the 5, right? Are you with me there?
Yes, ma'am.
We're in agreement, right? Remember, it's not exactly division. Okay. Well, you could say it's division, but not quite. Okay. What we're looking at here is if I have 25, which is also called a perfect square, I need to think of one number, just one number, when multiplied by itself 2 times is going to give me 25. And that number, if I multiply a number, it's the same number 2 times needs to give me 25. And that number is 5. What about 49? Who can tell me which number multiplied by itself 2 times is going to give me 49? Oh, I didn't even have to wait like 3 seconds, and not even a second and a half.
Yeah, and my people are on fire. They are on fire.
7, exactly. 49 is the same as 7 times 7, or 49 is the same as 7 all squared. Okay. So what this sign over here actually represents is the square root. Okay. Now we're going to use these two things interchangeably. You're either going to hear me just say the square, and when I say the square, I'm talking about something with a 2 on the top, but when I say square root, I'm talking about this funky sign that looks like this. Okay. I'm not sure if it's Paul's day today, but this is where we're going to.
Yes, it is.
Is it? All right. I'm going to let you run the poll, Yolanda. I think this is it from my side for today, and we're going to continue working on Wednesday. I hope to see all of you guys with me on Wednesday. Thank you so much, guys.
Yes, thank you, Teacher Coco. We really enjoyed
allowing me to teach you guys. It's been so fun. Iminati says, is 49 also a perfect square? Yes, it is, Iminati. Can you guys think of any other perfect square? After you've answered the poll, guys, think of any other perfect square that you can possibly think of. I'll give you a hint. It's so easy. Just take any number and multiply it by itself. 49 is a perfect square. What other perfect square can we get? 100. Well done, Kanyisile, but you need to tell me how you got to that answer. How did you get to 100 is a perfect square? Which two numbers? 9 is a perfect square. Well done, Lesedi. That's the same as 3 squared, 10 squared. Future, well done, 11 squared. 121 is a perfect square. Because of that, Iminati, yes, 10 times 10. Yes, guys, you guys are stealing my whole next lesson. You guys are literally stealing my whole next lesson. Okay, this is what I was going to teach you guys, but it seems like you guys already know all the answers. So don't know what to do here. All right, guys, that's it from our side. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. We will see you guys on Wednesday. I love hanging out with you guys. I'm going to see you again, same time, same place, Wednesday.